We as stewards experienced multiple complaints from about one supervisor who was harassing people. So we didn't want to escalate the issue immediately. We decided to meet with the HR director and two program directors about the problem supervisors. So the business agent and I met with them. We documented the things. We talked about the multiple violations and the inappropriate behavior, which at the time we called abusive supervision. We didn't refer to it as bullying. The problem improved for a while. The supervisor was not as bad. Then it cropped up again, and we had people calling me at home crying, people coming to my desk crying, and the behavior had become much, much worse. This is crucial because for this activity to be protected, it has to be on the employee's time, not the employer's time. So it was within the 30-minute unpaid lunch break. We were very polite and respectful. I spoke, the business agent spoke, and both statewide officers spoke and appraised them of the problem. And at the time, the director was then summoned to the commissioner's office immediately because upper management heard about it. And ultimately, all the people who had expressed a problem with the bullying behavior and the bullying supervisor, they're all working for different supervisors now and much happier. The thing to keep in mind with a march in the boss's office is you want to coordinate it, but too much planning gives away your game. And so it's important to make sure the boss is going to be in their office on the day and to do things at fairly short notice without a lot of planning. I think meeting with management privately and discreetly to discuss a problem supervisor is the first objective, and I think it can be very effective. And I think it's a courtesy to management that's going to reflect well upon us. And then if that doesn't work, or if the behavior reoccurs, then I think you have to escalate to job action, whether it's a signed petition or march in the boss's office. And I think the more people you can get, the better. We followed up on the action by discussing it at the meet and confer when the commissioner was present, and we told the commissioner why we had to do this and explained all the contract violations and the abusive behavior. We didn't criticize the supervisor, we criticized the behavior. And I think that's important. There are no bad supervisors, there's bad behavior. Here's the risk management faces with a job action like that. So there's an abusive supervisor, and the stewards and management, or the stewards and the members of the local get up and protest against it. The worst possible response to that would be to hammer down on someone, because then it would just reinforce our credibility with regard to abusive behavior. And so we have to do this in numbers because it is protected activity. We had people in our local who work at different work sites who had nothing to do, who had no dog in the fight, who took part in that in solidarity with their brothers and sisters. Because abusive supervision and bullying detrimental to our members' health, it's our biggest concern, because enforcing the contract is my primary concern, but the health of the membership is a greater concern for me. And that's an issue they understand, because when we said that to the commissioner at the meet and confer, she understood completely why we did what we did. And again, I think it enhances our credibility if there's a legitimate bullying problem to address it this way. But we don't want to overuse this method, because then, of course, we're crying wolf.